Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Skyrim Special Edition. So we're doing the Dragonborn DLC and we walked into this bar slash
I
place.
should have another batch of vegetables
I
ready
need
for you
to
soon.
talk to these people.
How much do I owe you this time?
What is this place
Tell you
really?
what, if you
It's a
use them
bar,
to
I
make
guess.
your-
Want to buy anything, or just laugh?
We need to talk to this guy.
Mallory's the name. If you're looking for a smith, you found one of the best.
I really don't want to give
How's
him
that
the
pretty young
pickaxe,
dump?
but I'm going to give it to him.
So, you finally tracked down old Cretius, eh? Quite a character, isn't he?
I'm looking
Tell
for
you what,
Cretius.
Since you went through all the trouble of finding it for me and all, you keep it.
After
I
all
just
that.
wanted to remind that codger you can't just go around taking things from other people. Now that you've delivered the message, I'm satisfied.
Seriously.
Besides, that pickaxe hasn't done me any good in years. Maybe you can put it to good use.
Okay. So I kind of
Bring the
expected
weapons
something
and
like that.
I'll fix it up right.
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sue jammer that will ever grace your lips.
Let's ask what the hell specialty
Finest
is.
Sue jammer to cross your lips, friend. My own personal formula that I call Sadri's Sujama.
I have no idea what
In fact,
Sujama is.
I've just added some new ingredients to the mixture that I think makes it taste better than ever. All I need to do is get the word out that it's ready, and they'll flock here for it.
Okay, I can spread the
I was
word.
kinda hoping you'd say that. Here, take these samples of the Sujama and spread the word. If you get rid of all of them, there's something extra in it for you.
Interesting. Distribute it.
Welcome to the Retching Netch, Outlander. What can I get you?
Your inn has an unusual name.
There's actually a funny story behind the name, friend. A few years ago, I was walking down by the docks, and I noticed a Dunmer staggering along with a bottle of Sujama in hand.
Must be
He was one of
like
my patrons.
mead.
Not to drink heavily, so I wasn't exactly surprised. But you see, this particular Dunmer was as naked as the day he was born, and singing badly at the top of his lungs. As I'm watching this spectacle, a netch floats over the bulwark towards him. The man looks straight up at the netch, yells, "Have a drink," and tosses the bottle. And it never hit the ground. Well, the bottle broke on the netch, and it must have swallowed its contents because it started floating sort of tilted. Finally, it stopped and began to quiver. A few moments later, the foulest liquid to ever assail your nostrils spewed from its maw. I've seen plenty of drunks in me day, and I'll tell you right now, that netch was sick. True story, friend. True story.
That was a story worth hearing.
Rydo and Guard have spotted a pack of werewolves in the mountains. The hunters up on Frostmoon Crag might know more.
Okay. And see, I could sit here and
The
just
action
do all
attacks
this
on the bulwark are getting worse.
for as long as it goes.
Captain Veleth is trying his best, but I think the Rydo and Guard are overwhelmed. With the mine shut down, there's no telling how much longer Raven Rock's going to last. Hopefully, Councillor Morvain has a plan.
And
Haven't
see,
heard anything lately. But check back with me. You never know.
so that's like 3 side quests potentially that we could do.
Thirsty. I'll set you up right.
Beth
As
is.
the wife
How's
to the
that
second
pretty young
council.
daughter of yours doing?
Oh, how kind. Thank Elders for me, won't you?
Nothing.
Admiral Arano, second counselor of Raven Rock. How I hate that title. Damn fool's going to get himself killed over it someday.
Interesting.
He's in grave danger, and yet he continues to place himself in harm's way. When I fall asleep at night, all I can do is hope he'll still be there when I awaken. This island was never meant for us. There's too much death here. I assure you, if I could convince Admiral to do that, I'd be on the next ship back to Blacklight. Unfortunately, Admiral and Councillor Morvain are very close friends, and they will never abandon one another, despite my feelings. I'm the wife of a second councillor, and certain things are expected of me. The most important thing is that I stand by Admiral no matter how I feel, and I intend to do that until we get off this miserable rock.
See, I don't want to really
Second
talk to
councillor,
people.
So I certainly have the means to reward you if you find my folio.
Let's see. Try to
The
drink.
eldest needs to bottle this up and send it to the mainland instead of wasting his time out here. His drinks are outstanding. Thanks.
Do you sell any special mining
Mining
gear?
No. However, I used to sell East Empire pendants until I ran out of popular little item.
What's an East
It's an
Empire pendant?
amulet that was made exclusively for the East Empire Company. They gave them to their workers as an incentive at one point, a kind of reward for extra effort. They're no longer being made, so they've become a collectible. I'd love to get my hands on a few of them.
Well, I've got some.
Well, well. Seems you're proving fairly useful for an outlander. Here's your coin. Keep bringing me more, and I'll keep paying you for them.
Nice. And they're 500 each. Then what do you sell here?
The question you should be asking is, what don't I sell here? Because I have pretty much any supplies you might need. If it's
Okay.
not a weapon, potion, or armor, then it's likely that I have it. Jarland, over at the docks, brings me most of my supplies, and the rest comes from bartering with the people in town. Oh, Glover Mallory gets me a few things once in a while. He usually has the most amazing deals that I can't pass up. The East Empire pendants are scattered all over, so leave no stone unturned.
So I need to hand more drinks to people.
Glover Mallory.
What in the name of
Perfect. I was just thinking about heading over for a drink. Thanks for saving me the trip.
Talk to someone else.
Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
And let's see, let's open this door. And an empty bedroom. So I could rent a room. Or I could lockpick a room. History of Raven Rock 1, 2, and 3. But I need to buy a house. Not just rent a room. If this might be the room you end up renting. That wouldn't be very useful. Like, I need a permanent place where I can dump off items.
I don't trust him.
She's not a little girl anymore, Fettis. When are you gonna let her go?
He's twice her age and they barely know each other. Expect me to
Either you're here to get showered in
Raven
sparks,
Rock doesn't
or you're
offer
looking
much
for
in the way
something
of
to buy.
companionship.
My wife and I.
That's what he happy for.
Always a pleasure to taste anything Geldis comes up with.
and I'll decide what's right for her.
What is ash-grown food?
Dunmer have been growing food in the ashlands for thousands of years. It was born out of the necessity to survive in the harsh climate of our
Growing food in volcano ash is
And
actually
now,
very
with the
good.
constant eruptions of the Red Mountain, it's more important than ever.
Although, if...
No, only the Telvanni have the ability to weave living growth from the ash. This simply takes the right ingredients, the right
If
tools, and a
there's
lot
not
of
enough
patience.
sun because of ash clouds,
Next
then
time you're
I
hungry,
suppose
stop by. I'll
that would be an issue. Let's talk to this guy.
I'll give you this one. Take that swill and pour it down a well.
He
Until
won't
next
drink
time.
it.
I work for Mokro. You got a problem, you talk to him.
Let's talk to this guy.
Teldrin Cerro, blade for hire. If you have the coin, I'm at your service.
Alright, consider yourself hired.
Then let's be off.
Trade some
It'll
things
help
with
us
him.
Get moving quicker. Sure.
So we will equip him appropriately with a dragon bow, mace. We will give him some elven arrows. And we don't think I need anything else. Let's see. That one, that one, that one, and that one, and that one. Then we'll start handing him other things that will help him. Necklace of extreme health. Well, we can give him that, and we can give him that, I suppose. And then we'll start by storing dragon bones and other items on him. He will act as a nice temporary house until we can figure out a better system to get rid of items. Let's see. I want to hold on to the stall room, but I probably don't need to. That puts me at 378. And I would kind of assume that he would follow me. So I have this black book, The Winds of Change, which I guess that's gonna just stay with me forever. Let's see. Hold on to that one, and then take these. Well, that does me a pretty good service.
Lead on.
He doesn't wear my helmet. I'm
What's our
surprised.
next move? If it'll help us get moving quicker.
I'm surprised he won't wear the helmet that I gave him. Seems like he can't wear it. It seems like that's his actual head.
Welcome to the Sorry, Gildas won't allow me to drink while I'm working at the niche. Until next time.
Skyrim, I'm right with you. I've spent enough time on Souls.
Alright.
Stand aside. Hey.
He draws near.
We've got a bunch of people.
The idle mind sleeps.
I am his hands.
He draws near.
Are all these people?
And his hands.
The idle mind sleeps.
What time is it? It's 2 in the morning and they've all decided to be under his control.
Keep. If you need a ride back to the mainland, Gowan.
Can't give a drink to let's see, and I don't see any reason to go into their chambers.
Last time I wrote.
At least they're not yelling at me for going inside people's houses. And he's not under anybody's control. We've got several quest things here now, but return to Christus Sirius, whoever
Just remember who's
is
in
this
charge
way.
around here.
He's in this house. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and wait 10 hours so it's daytime. There's no point in sneaking into somebody's house and getting them upset with me. And at this point, I assume everybody's gonna start waking up and not being under that character's name. Control.
You're back. Please, tell me what you found.
Let's see. You were right all along. Here's the journal.
Huh, I knew it. Gratian's death wasn't because of a rockfall. It was just a story to keep people away from the tombs. Now that I have his journal in hand, I can get some closure from the East Empire Company. Make them pay for lying to everyone.
Good luck with that.
Now, I believe I owe you a little more than a debt of gratitude for all that work you did. Here, it's not much, but it's the best an old retired miner can do.
Gives me 750. Try this new drink.
He's begging for patrons again, eh? Well, I suppose I could have just a bit.
Are there any other Imperials? Tell me about your family. Seriously, do I want to ask this question?
Our home has stood in Raven Rock since the colony was founded. Grayson helped build it with his
Every
own
character
hands.
in this DLC
Grayson
feels
died,
like it's got
left behind a wife and a son.
real
My
backstory.
grandfather, relatives.
Actual characters
Relatives lived
instead
there
of
for
just
quite a long time, working in the other
simplistic
sections of the mine
NPCs.
until he was slain by reavers.
But then you kind of have to ask them about their pasts, and I just don't care.
Mark my words, Raven Rock isn't finished yet.
Like, I just couldn't care about the backstory of all these characters. If you were going to tell me one good story about one main character, I could follow that. If you were then, in a few hours of gameplay, going to introduce another character, I'd be cool with that. But as it goes, it's just more and more and more for no real reason. Let's see, is there any real reason to run down here? I think this Temple of Marowak is probably the right way to go. The game clearly wants us to run towards that, and it makes sense.
You get that vile liquid away from me.
So that, guys, was this a temple? Which temple is this, too?
Are you here to pray? Or perhaps pay your respects at our ancestral tomb? The reclamations are the true tribunal. The Daedra that consecrate the Dunmer people. Azura, Methala, and Boethia.
Ooh, it's like
We
3
call them
potential
the true
Daedra.
tribunal because they have reclaimed their place in our hearts from the false tribunal that came before. Sotha Sil, Amalexia, and Vivek represent what was. Beings who won the Dunmer people's hearts with their actions, but blinded them just the same. They were aberrations, false prophets. They used their status as heroes to shield the true tribunal from our minds.
Interesting.
But now that they've been destroyed, the light can finally shine upon the House of Reclamations. The Azura, Methala, and Boethia guide you.
And so we have Shrine of Boethia and a Shrine of Methala. And since I don't know which any of these do, Shrine of Azura. Yeah. Skeletons. Since I don't know what any of those shrines actually do, though, it's kind of pointless. And then we've got just more beds. It feels like Bethesda is way too obsessed about being realistic. In the sense that they have to have a bedroom and a grave for every single character in the game. In the cities, at least. Well, not in the game, but at least the cities. We'll just hop over here. It strikes me as though the city and the design of all of this is kind of a zigzag pattern. Might be the best way to explain it. Let's see. Can we equip this blade? And these are ash spawn? Well, these guys aren't really doing much damage to me. And how's my companion working out? He's doing more magic than anything.
Thanks. I wasn't sure I'd make it off this farm alive. I wish I could have said the same for my man here.
What were those things?
The Guard have taken to calling them ash spawn. Me, I don't care what they're called. All I know is they're a danger to Raven Rock and they need to be stopped. I was going to search for clues that might lead me to wherever they're coming from. I know it isn't the best place to start, but we know they've been coming from this direction.
I could lend a hand for a price. I'll be glad to lend a hand. I don't need money.
I can use all the help I can get. Besides, I don't feel comfortable leaving Raven Rock behind. And I'd hate to lose any more Veteran Guard. We were searching the farm when the ash spawn ambushed us. Have a look around and see if you can turn up anything useful.
I like the Flame Anti-Arc when you can get right up to it and the mines are open again?
I've had to muster some more men to protect the mine, but I don't really have a problem with that. Second Councillor Arano is concerned that once word reaches the Reavers that the mine has reopened, they might think about paying us a visit. I say let them try. My men are ready for them. Report back to me if you discover anything unusual.
Yeah, I don't have anything really to say to him. I like this idea of having a character you can look at here, but you really have to get really close to him to see it. And see, declaration of war. Did it say give the note to this guy?
Have you found something? This is strange. The note says it's from General Folks Carius, but that's impossible.
Why?
Well, Carius was the Imperial garrison commander at Fort Frostmoth, but he died over 200 years ago when the Red Mountain leveled the place. There's no way he could still be alive. If General Carius is still alive, there must be something keeping him that way. I need you to head out to Fort Frostmoth and check it out. I'm going to head back to Raven Rock and prepare the men for further assaults. Be careful. This General Carius sounds out of his mind.
So we'll collect all that and we'll equip this one and equip this one, and now we have at least something slightly closer to run towards. Let's see, gold, and this is all the bone mold heavy stuff, and I don't want to pick up any of that yet. I think we could easily come back here and grab this from this character or any number of other characters. Here's another open chest that those are always rarities. Let's see if there's anything to this place. Not really. I don't know how much I should really collect. Here we can see a boat over here. I have this idea that I'm potentially gonna get suckered into wasting more time on this area than I would Skyrim in general, because I've had the experience. Let's see if they fight me. Let's see how that works. My light armor is increasing. Plunderer, chitin heavy armor. The chitin stuff is slightly interesting because I don't have any of that yet, but again, it doesn't look like something that's gonna be super rare. Heartstone deposit. Well, I can't mine that while people are around, I guess. Who's fighting over here? Well, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on my hired gun here. He's too good. And for some reason, the Antioch and the other guy is following me around. Thought he was going back to the city. Talos mistake.
Damn bandits are worse than the vermin that infest the ash wastes.
Let's see if we can do this in 16 lockpicks. I'm almost to level 50 as far as my lockpicking ability. Gold, silver ingot, Nordic war axe. I'll take a Nordic war axe just in case that's something I can't craft. These East Indian lockboxes are all gonna have pendants in them, aren't they? So finding all of the lockboxes with pendants in them would require having a lot of lockpicks. More than the 9 I currently have. Well, this isn't gonna work at all. Let's stop this right now. There's no way that's gonna succeed. I can effectively completely give up any thoughts of getting all the pendants. The red card with the giant's toe, and what's in the satchel? This. What's in the knapsack? This, that. Well, that was kind of uninteresting. That's a letdown. And I can't get into the ocean further from there. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. And there's Nothing here. So back up we go. And over here there's nothing more to the ship. And wasn't this the place that was supposed to have the journal that I was supposed to find? I guess if it was, it's not here. We've got every quest turned on and there's nothing pointed. So there must be some quest this relates to later on. Gold. Not pick up any of those. Heartstone deposit. And it's a new item, Heartstone. Very interesting. Really wasn't expecting a new item. As far as an ore. Over here we have a volcano that is always erupting. And see, I feel like we should probably go check that volcano. And Creduffo's house.
Damn bandits are worse than vermin.
Well, I'm not having to do a lot of work because I've given everything. I've equipped my companions so well. Let's see. And this doesn't look like some small place where there would be a bed and I could call this home. Like the bed's turned over. There is a house under here. Okay, bear. Glass. I'm not gonna take glass. I'll never get rid of glass. I'm about to level up to level 71. I'd have to do some more stuff, but let's see.
Ain't going back to
Kill
prison.
for a decent
Rather die in the ash.
Not fair. I always take good stuff.
Over here!
I'll cut you open.
I'm on your side! Malakath!
Why do you say it was on my side? Why do they always attack me then? The Lusty Argonian Maid Volume 2. I think that's in a joke. That was inside joke. As Volume 1 too. Also, let's read this letter. And gold lockpicks. And so if I kill people here, is this now my house? I don't think so. I don't think it works that way. And seems like we're getting too many books too fast. Feels like they were burning those books. Killing before you were killed. And there's a secret thing. And there's a journal. So this is taking us further than I thought it was going to. I'll take the dragon's tongue. Although why, I don't know. We have a pickaxe. Ah, and we're right in a dwarven place. I wouldn't have really thought that that was going to be the case. Let's see. Bloodstained leather. Can't read that. I could probably figure it out, but dwarven metal ingots. Search this chest. Emerald, gold, lesser soul gem, spellbook, arrows, staff of moonlights. Take that one of brawn and lethargy and see if maybe there's something we can do with that. Thought that might be a button, but it's just decorations. See, and this feels like some kind of transport system. But it could just be a big fancy furnace. There doesn't seem like there's anything else here. It would be a little weird if there was a transport system in this area, but not crazy. It kind of felt like they were planning to have one in Skyrim. Let's see.
Damn bandits are worse than the vermin that infest the ash wastes back home.
So can I just swim? Or are these waters infested with something? I mean, I'm not even seeing slaughterfish or anything. They said the waters were polluted. So I wouldn't be hugely surprised if that means there is actually nothing down here. Ooh, it is dark, though, and easy to misjudge how far things are. Like, it doesn't feel like we're getting further away or closer. You can't go that way. Alright. It's good to know. So you can't just swim to the volcano. The water pushes you back and the game says no. So let's check out this location. Once again, we're just doing quests until we start getting to Marowak, the Temple of Marowak. Yeah, until we get to Marowak, we don't even have a real motivating factor going on. Like, yes, we know that somebody tried to kill us at some point, but that's kind of all we know. Just trying to see if there was anything stuck here in the shipwreck, but it doesn't really seem like there is anything. Of course, now I'm gonna have to find a different way to shore. So apparently this guy can summon a flame Antioch. I thought it was the other guy that was doing that. Alright. So he's kind of this mage character. This is a good reason why I should have if the game didn't push you so much to playing as a stealth archer. If I had played with a one-handed weapon and shield, or a two-handed weapon and sword, that starts to complement itself well. The gameplay style complements itself because I'm both taking damage as I get up there and start fighting these characters, and doing damage with a different type of weapon. So I'm leveling up 2 skills at the same time.
Never fall. Long live the Empire!
I don't even know who was talking there. Was that him? Who else? He's clearly trying to burn somebody, but I can't tell who. Can't use a workbench that's stuck in the snow. I guess they did a good job of reusing those elements. Sometimes you can use them, sometimes you can't. The way the ash just shows up after the fact is a little slow. Let's see, there was another one that died and didn't show it, an ash file. And we were supposed to go in here and kill this guy who died 200 years ago. So let's do that. I'm gonna pick up so much ore from these ash creatures. They're like the gargoyles in Dawnguard. Let's see. Do we want to go up this way and exit? I don't think we do. Which then tells me Daedric Arrow, Stalworth Bow. I guess we need to just look around and be moderately thorough. There's a hole in the wall over here. And potion of plentiful stamina. Down we go this way. I really am doing no damage to these characters. It's a little confusing that I'm doing such little damage. I know I haven't put any points into it, but like my item, my weapon here, does 31 damage. My dragon bone bow does 191 damage. I guess that's where it falls apart. So if I really, really wanted to do this properly, I should just make a dragon bone. Not even bother with a master lock. I should make a dragon bone sword.
Despite the foul beings that infest this place, I'm certain we'll find plenty of wealth to make it worth our time.
Interesting. This window requires a key. So let's go down this direction, I suppose. What in the world is that? Flame cloaked spider. New styles of spider. Albino spider. And flame cloak spider, and albino spider egg, ruby geode. This is interesting. See all these new elements. It's like we're playing a whole different game now. So what is a ruby geode going to give me? Rubies? Flawless ruby and ruby. I don't know what. And then heartstone. And see, heartstone is different than Hearthstone, which is the Blizzard card game that came out, I think, at least a couple of years after this came out. So there's no real reference there. And Hearthstone is just a logical extension of Heart. There's a thing called the Hearthstone. It's like a keystone. Well, there's no key in here. Unless it was back behind this, which it isn't. Or back behind. It came down here. This must be the next step. Albino spider pods. There's nothing more though. Alright, next location. Suppose I should look at my skills before I level up. Two-handed is at 95. If I could actually get it up to level 100 with this weapon, that would be really nice. It's not one that I would go legendary on because I've never done anything with it anyways, and so there's no perks to reclaim. I suppose at a level it would allow me to get a companion and that I could have follow me around and level up my two-handed. That's how I got to level 95 in the first place, but there's actually better things I could spend my money on. Instead, I can go level up each level to some magic or something. Of course, when I hit level 1, level 71, that is, I am going to have to consider running back to Skyrim unless I can find somebody in this area that will help me level up. This coffin's all at the top. We saw coffins in the Dark Brotherhood quest for a short period of time, and then that section got blocked off. Let's see, there's this key, this. Bloody rags, no thanks. Daedric Sword of Sorcery. Maybe I could use that and do something better. Let's see. Weapons. Daedric Sword of Sorcery does 17 damage and absorbs 30 points of magicka But it does 31 points. Nope, it's not as good. Coffin. So it seems like the only thing there is the key. Oh well. Run back this way. That means that door is unlocked. Does the key unlock this? Yes, it does. Barrel. Chest. Ebony shield. Scald mayhem. Steel sword does 9. Was that some kind of trap I triggered? I don't even see it. I don't think it was. Okay, next. Moving forward. Maybe this guy has something interesting to say to us. This room is nice and big, which screams boss fight. I may have to pull back. I must be hitting my own guy on occasions. So that's why that guy, I heard somebody say I'm on your side. Because I was hitting my character. Search this guy. Key and a cudgel, and the rest of his body I think is glitched. Death brand. Let's see. Dunmore and Skyrim. Skyrim's rule. We'll search the cupboard. Take the leather strips. Search this chest. So that's one quest done. Let's see, can we just go out that door and move down? Let's see, Kiss Sweet Mother. I know I've seen some of these books before. Invocation of Azura the Pig Children. See, I think they've kind of made a mistake by having both new and old books in this game, when I would have preferred it all be new content, 100% new content in this new game that should have been its own side thing, separate. I could totally see people making the argument that $60 for a fantasy game, if you've never played a fantasy game, RPG game before, $60 might be too much. But you put this out for $20, you've got more interested parties. Now, of course, the problem with any armchair economics here is the opposite argument could be made too. It could very well be that you can't convince very many people to play fantasy RPGs at all. So if they are going to play a fantasy RPG, you'll get the most amount of money by charging $60. These guys don't feel like I don't think you can harvest this, and that's just growing rocks. See, these big mushrooms are interesting. A burnt Spriggan. Burnt Spriggan wood. Interesting. It's kind of ironic I have a Flame Antarok character with me. At the very least I want to discover what this is. In case it's a fast travel needed location later. Let's see. Tell Mithril discovered.
Aren't you supposed to be in the tower of
Won't this summoning work? If you must know, I am trying to get this Ash Guardian spell to work. Now let me concentrate. Besides, shouldn't you be worrying about the damage to the tower?
Master Neloth has tasked Alenia with repairing the tower. We're doing this in the lab, where it would be safer for all of us.
The lab is too small. Also, I need the ashy soil. Master Neloth knows what I'm doing. No need to bother him about it, though. He's quite busy at the moment.
He doesn't know what he's
Go ahead
doing.
if something goes wrong. Just let me get back inside first.
Oh, Ash Guardian. Maybe the book has something.
We don't get many visitors. Is
So,
there something you need?
this is another
Tel
group?
Mithrin. It's the home of Master Neloth. You may have heard of him. He's a famous Telvanni wizard.
He lives in a giant mushroom?
In Morrowind, the Telvanni grow buildings from special fungus spores.
Cool.
Master Neloth grew one here to be his home. Don't ask me how. No, Talvis is his apprentice. I'm his steward. I manage the day-to-day affairs of Tel Mithrin.
So let's talk to this guy.
Think you belong.
What's a Heartstone?
Heartstones are only found on Solstheim, as far as I know. Master Neloth believes they may be fragments from inside Red Mountain that were flung here during the huge eruption 200 years ago.
Cool. Are you practicing the spell?
Yes, I'm trying to summon an Ash Guardian. Just having trouble deciphering Master Neloth's handwriting. I don't mean to be rude, but I need to concentrate.
I wonder if he is...
This is Master Neloth's tower. He's a Telvanni wizard. You've never heard of the great houses of Morrowind?
So this is another
House
great
Telvanni
house.
is the house of the Master Wizard, one of the ruling houses of Morrowind. Master Neloth is one of the oldest and most respected members of House Telvanni. Not so much with as for. I am Master Neloth's apprentice. He's teaching me the art of sorcery. Well, he is a very great wizard. It's a great honor for him to have taken me as
That's
his
a
apprentice.
no.
To be honest, it's horrible. He's very unpleasant and hardly teaches me anything. Sometimes he uses me in his experiments. Even so, I pick up a lot from just watching him. All right, then.
So this is kind of the mage's tower, like Winterhold. So the Tel Mithrin Apothecary. Do you have anything to sell?
Damn that man. He's being totally unreasonable. I don't care if he's a master wizard. He can't treat me like this.
What do you've got to
Probably
sell?
have some potions around here that might interest you.
So she doesn't even have potions. She barely even has ingredients. Wow. Okay, well, how about some clam meat and Nord meat? And how about I give you some potions so you have something to sell to the next person? Let's see.
Azora like your steps.
So let's ask him what he's doing.
Another wanderer. That fetcher told me to fix his house. If I don't, he'll find a new mycologist who will. Decades of loyal service, and he'd just throw me out like yesterday's breakfast.
Sounds like a piece of work. What do you need to fix the tower?
3 taproots soaked in the headwaters of the Harstrad River. I'm an old woman. I can't possibly make that trip. It's way too dangerous. If you get some taproots, I'll pay you to dip them in the headwaters and bring them to me.
Easy enough. Can you tell me where the
Special to the Spriggans.
water is?
They seem to like to gather there. Something about the waters attracts them. There are bound to be some there, so be careful.
Okay.
I am his mycologist. He may have grown Tel Mithryn by himself, but I nurture it. Mushrooms and fungi are my life's work. When I saw Tel Mithryn, I knew I had to be here. I've learned so much since then.
Okay.
Me? No. That's Master Neloth's doing. I wasn't even born then. It's Telvanni magic at its best. He brought the cuttings with him from Morrowind, and used sorcery to grow them.
So maybe he can grow me a mushroom house. And say I could use the alchemy
There's something you need.
thing. She's got nothing for sale. Flying ammonite. That feels like it's gonna be something that's kind of rare.
I hope you're not.
Let's talk to whoever's in charge of this.
Damnable ash. No matter how much I wash the food, it still gets in it.
And I can't talk to this guy at all, so he's not an important character. I wonder if the DLC added any cooking things. Let's go see what this one is, because I think this is Tel Mithryn. Press A to float up. Okay. Someone else is using this. Cool. That's pretty cool. Definitely haven't seen that in any of the other houses. Let's see. Is this a disenchanting station? I destroy it and learn something new. That's the only one. So I destroyed a unique item there. But I think it's worth it. In fact, I may end up destroying a lot of unique items. If I was going to play a lot more Skyrim, I guess that would be one thing I could easily pull off, is going back to my house, picking up all of those unique weapons and items and just destroying them in the disenchanting station. Maybe even the Daedric items, but I bet
I'm not sure why. I wonder if a dragon so could be captured and die soul stuff. It would make a fascinating test subject.
Interesting. And here we have a map of Skyrim. Let's see. Where are you going? Come over here and talk to me.
You again? Didn't I see you in Ravenrock? This is a Telvanni.
He was the guy who was just observing people getting controlled by Mathis.
Back in the homeland, there are other Telvanni wizards that have them as well. Of course you have. Everyone has heard of the Master Wizards of Morrowind. We are one of the great houses that rule Morrowind.
As an Archmage of Winterhold, you and I should share our secrets.
Winterhold, that small college that is falling into the Sea of Ghosts? You're the one that recovered the Staff of Magnus. Impressive. Talvis should finish his apprenticeship in a couple of decades. Come see me then. I think I could teach you a trick or two.
Alright. That didn't really do anything for me. Well, as cool as this place looks, unless I can get back in here, I don't think there's too much to deal with. What is that thing in particular? Like, I see that enchanting station, and I get that. And I see the potions, and maybe there's another pathway over there. And we get some weird sounds everywhere. Let's talk to him
How am I
again.
supposed to get anything done with part of the tower withered like this?
He can train me in enchanting, but I don't need to do that.
I might have a few staffs.
Let's see.
You're interested in that sort of thing?
Scroll of Called Arms. Look at the different styles of scrolls here. There's no less than 3 different styles. Miscellaneous. We'll take all the soul gems. And do you have any interesting items? Not really. So we'll start selling potions to him. There's this magic. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. That one. All those. That, that, that. Potion of blood I want to keep. Cure disease. Cure diseases. I have like, get rid of the other cure diseases, I suppose. Can I help you with the research?
I'm running low on heartstones.
Okay, I got
If you
those.
have any with you, I'll buy one. Otherwise, I can tell you where you might find one.
Heartstones. I have heartstones.
Excellent. I'll take it. Here, have some septums.
Where is everyone? Good
They
question.
are off working on their pillar. Happens every night.
Interesting.
Make them stop. Oh no, certainly not. At least not yet. Not until I've figured out what is going on. Imagine the power of being able to command entire villages to do your bidding. Imagine what I could do with that power.
Well, we know he's not doing it then.
Now, where did I put... Oh, yeah.
So... let's just... finally found something in one of these books. How do we get down? Float down. There we go.
You've got to help me. I conjured an Ash Guardian and now it's running amok.
I can destroy it for you.
Thank you. I was hoping you would. Hurry. I'll keep Master Neloth distracted. Someone there.
Come over here. So I did want to just see, investigate that place, healing the house, talk to Talvis. Let's go back here and run in here and talk to him. While he... see, and then now I have to do the float up animation. They really started that quest in the wrong place.
Is it done? Is the Ash Guardian gone?
Yes.
What a relief. Master Neloth surely would have punished me had he found out. I don't have any gold to pay you with. but I can give you the staff.
Staff of the Healing Hand.
Oh, it turns out that the spell requires a heart stone to cast properly. I didn't have one with me when I cast it. If you cast the spell without a heart stone, it attacks anything in sight.
Interesting. And see, this guy can train me in conjuration.
Until next time.
So, instead of leveling up and running back to Skyrim and doing all of that, which would be crazy, let's figure out what we want to put a one perk into. Archery's at 85. It would need to be at 90 to get that third thing. So that would be a mistake. Light armor is getting leveled up slowly, but not fast enough, so I couldn't increase my light armor anymore. I don't think there's anything to upgrade on sneak. I could certainly maybe think something. Lockpicking needs one more level before I could get to adept locks. Pickpocketing, no. Speech, investor would have to be 70, and that would have to be 70, so my speech can't go up. Alchemy is at 100, and I believe I have every single thing on alchemy filled in. So you know what it needs to be is it needs to be smithing. Having that ability to do elven smithing really will help. And enchanting, not really. Like, not really an issue at all. Was there anything else I could have put it into? I could have certainly had two-handed weapons improve that.
Good day, friend. Keeping well?
Train me in conjuration.
But don't tell Master Neroth.
There we go.
Give him your payment.
So that works well for me. So 5 training in conjuration. We'll come back to him and train some more. And then we need to figure out what's on the other side of the steward's house door, which is probably nothing.
Anytime you want to head for Skyrim, I'm right with you. I've spent enough time on Soulstar to last a lifetime.
So he'll go to Skyrim with me too. That is very nice for the game to be telling me this. As it seems, we probably will, from this point, just kind of travel around. I'm thinking on this side of the mountain here, go down this path, and try to get to this temple. There's this Hunters of the Frostmoor Crag, which would probably require going somewhere around the central section. And there's this barrow that we figured out. And then talking to this guy is another thing we need to do. And then this village we need to check out, I guess. And maybe check out this. I guess we could try to get on these islands too. We know we can't get on the Smoke Island, which is actually way down here. But maybe you can get on this island. There might be an island or two over here that look at. But compared to the section of The Witcher 3 where we were on a giant island that's surrounded by several medium-sized islands, this is barely even a small island. But it's still probably going to be about 20 hours of gameplay if you really put in all your effort and try to do most of the things it asks you to do. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to support me further, please friend and follow me on all my social media links that are down below in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.